And we've got another example today of Labour being able to do things in government relatively quickly when actually lots of their things are very long term, and doing something that doesn't cost any money because there's not a lot of public money to spend on the basis of the government's fiscal rules. And it is getting Ofsted, the school inspectors, to drop the policy of using single words to describe a school, whether it's outstanding or not outstanding.
Yeah. Schools in England, the whole Ofsted, if you like, headline one-word assessments that sometimes schools will emblazon on a bit of, super plastic tied to the
if they're
wall
good,
or whatever, if they are good or outstanding or whatever. Of course, there's always been something of a debate about how useful it is or fair it is to distill the entire views of the inspectors on a school into a single word. Now, obviously, the Ofsted reports are considerably longer than a single word and include all sorts of caveats and all the rest of it. But there's long been a debate about the extent to which that is fair or indeed useful. And of course, then there's a question about fair and useful to who? To pupils, to parents, to teachers, to the school, etc., etc. And then, of course, there's the horrible case of the suicide of a teacher facing as it would appear she feared, devastatingly bad Ofsted report, and a huge question then asked about whether or not that should change. And here we have, as you say, a government, the new government, taking a decision, showing what a government can do, and saying, look, this system for how the Ofsted findings are publicly presented, and effectively making it less stark in its one-word assessment, and instead offering a sort of broader sense of the overall perspective that the inspectors have on a school, is in the view of the government the best way to go ahead.
And here is Keir Starmer defending the decision on a visit to a school on Monday morning.
We'll be absolutely pressing schools on standards, and I don't accept that parents will be confused. I've got 2 children in secondary education, and so we have ourselves had to look at schools. And I have to say, from our point of view, the sort of single grade didn't work very well, because we want to know, well, what about the other areas? What about this aspect? Is this school strong, sort of in depth? I think a lot of parents will be really relieved to know it's going to be a richer picture, more accountability, and that you've got a government that's absolutely determined to drive up standards.
Interesting. Keir Starmer referencing his own life and his own family there and trying to humanise this when actually lately he's being accused of not being human enough. But we'll come on to that later.